out there.
God, no time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
Evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You might back up. Just stand there. Good.
Spots. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more women. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
You might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with Terrormorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here, but we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us.
We'll handle this. You two stay put.
Your call. We're on the line.
Right then.
It's good to be home, right? Okay. Scan me.
Oh, you're kidding me. No, you're not kidding me.
Yes?
Let's trade gear. Why are you here, Barrett?
The reality of exploration is the balancing of supplies.
It's a rifle I haven't seen before.
right. Later. Think about what would have happened had we failed. This was damn heroic, Captain.
Where's the other dead one? There it is.
They weren't kidding about you two. The universe put the right people in the right place.
You all held the line. You're the heroes here, not us.
Certainly doesn't feel like it. I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terrormorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
explain why,
Wait for the
but I
order
do.
before exiting your homes. That is all.
That is convenient, but riding right after eating can give you some headaches.
They said you're free to come and go.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there you are. I believe we have some things we should discuss.
When you see security loses an officer, I make it my responsibility to
Captain?
protect the family.
Hadrian,
I've got
it would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terrormorphs, well, consider them validated. Thank you, ma'am.
Agreed. Thank you.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terrormorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this? Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored. Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
I can't be a representative, I'm just some Vanguard nobody.
We see your atypical background as a strength. not a hindrance. The people you'll be dealing with, they're rather atypical themselves. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
You can count on me, ma'am.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Loss of life. Damage to the spaceport. The costs of this
I'll need to
attack
check
are
in with
greater
Chief
than I think we
Engineer
realize.
Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that data.
Roger that.
Exploring the galaxy is hard work. Trust me, I know. Stop by
You see,
sometime.
my
It's
words were
hard.
actually your prompt
Just
for giving me a
adventure.
well-earned
Okay?
promotion.
Yes? What?
You know, Commodore, perhaps,
Hey,
Commander. Well, actually, I'm not sure exactly how ranks work.
What? Sorry.
These orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terrormorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
They're the repositories for all the banned data from the Colony War.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people, the ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun, to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
Yep, it sure doesn't sound easy.
It won't be. Both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate. And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative. But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Tell me about Ambassador Radcliffe.
The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable.
I bet she loves her job.
Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her. Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support. And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools. to get her code.
Sounds like we need some leverage over Ambassador Radcliffe.
Said like you've done this before. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the Ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage. But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell. So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen. Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
What can you tell me about this staff member?
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge towards the UC. He works closely with the Ambassador, making him a promising source for information on the ins and outs of embassy life, and someone who very likely hates her guts.
Any other things I should avoid doing inside the embassy?
Yes, many. Don't steal anything. Don't get caught anywhere you're not supposed to. Absolutely do not harm anyone. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth things over, but I can't make any promises.
Right, that's all the info I need for the moment on Ambassador Radcliffe.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise. And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Alright, I'll be on my way then. Oh, am I supposed to talk to you about Varun as well right now?
Would you like to finish your briefing on the ambassadors?
Yes, tell me about Ambassador Balmore of House Varun.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
That actually sounds pretty promising.
It does, but there's a concern. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
What kind of life signs did you detect in the embassy?
The Varun delegation brought more than a few of their native flora with them when they set up in the embassy. It seems those plants have been allowed to flourish, making it hard for us to verify what's flora and what's ambassador.
Well, what do I do if he's dead?
Then you search the embassy for his biometric key, collect your code piece, and we'll go about notifying his next of kin, if we can ever find them. But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Alright, well here's hoping we're not chasing a corpse.
It would at least be a speedier negotiation. But I, of course, hope the ambassador is alive and well.
Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Now,
If you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Right, thank you, Deputy.
Captain, Admiral Logan informed me of your part in halting the attacks. Whole damn city owes you. Now, what do you need?
I don't really need anything. Thank you, Commander.
Place is a delay. Hey, Captain. Can I talk with you for a bit? Never mind. Sorry. Thinking of something else. Yes, Captain.
Alright, Barrett.
This is all exciting, but there's really a lot of pressure on us, isn't there? We have to get this right.
I'm sorry, I have much bigger fish to fry than, much bigger fish on my mind than exploring the artifact, or discovering artifacts. Let me guess, is she on the ship?
We've always considered ourselves explorers, but this really is uncharted territory, isn't it?
Barely took any time to make it all. Wild. Hey, stranger. Let's chat sometime, okay? I just wanted to say thanks for the daring rescue back there. I had plans for Matsura, of course, but I appreciate the backup.
You're welcome. Glad to help out a fellow Constellation member.
It's good to be part of a team, isn't it? To be part of something so much bigger than any one of us. So many things can go wrong out there. Working with people you can trust is important. That's why I've been in Constellation so long. It's good to have people who will help out when you're in a jam.
I'm glad to be part of a team.
Just wait till we get matching shirts and start having official cookie days.
I do like cookies.
They're one of humanity's greatest achievements. Modern medicine, space travel, and cookies. Constellation is quite pro-cookie. Because, you see, we value human accomplishments. Speaking of which, I'm glad you joined Constellation.
Well, thank you, Barrett.
Just figured I'd mention it, since we haven't had much time to chat before. You know, being a member of Constellation has given me a lot of opportunities, and a fair bit of stress, I'll admit. It's hard to imagine just who I'd be had I never joined up. I would have never done so many things, met so many people. It's mind-boggling how different I would be. And I never would have met Irvin. Or lost him, I suppose.
I hope I'm not stirring up any bad memories for you, Barrett.
It's not you, Captain. It's just been on my mind. I can't say why. Irvin's been gone for over 20 years. Strange how memories can pop up when you least expect it.
Sorry, Barrett, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, don't worry. Logically, I know I should be over it. But I'm not, and it's gotten worse lately. I've ignored my feelings about Irvin's death since it happened. It's time for me to confront it. I'm just fortunate that Constellation has been a supporting home for me since Irvin died. I mean, where else would I get to dodge space pirates and discover new planets? On that note, I think I'd do well to distract myself with a little adventure for a bit.
Yeah, I think she's not in here.
Lately, I find myself spending more and more time here. Business has appealed to me, but this is exciting.
Be careful if you run into those eclectic jerks.
Am I really carrying too much again?
Yes? You needed something?
Not sure if those foreign cells will use space.
They got things cleaned up here remarkably quickly.
Captain Gabriel, do you require my assistance?
Hey, you might want this.
I am in the mood for a mocha macchiato. How about
Alright, well that's better at least.
get you a new outfit next time we're planetside?
It still fits, Dad. And I love it. Now, a new book.
Can I help?
There you are, Sarah.
Something you need?
Are you ready to head back out?
I'm right behind you.
Sarah! Sarah, good to see you again, my dear friend. I expect to hear some exciting tales when you two return.
I'll try, but I doubt any of them will compare to the spectacular tales that we hear you spin.
As the hero of Vectera, you need your own comic book,
I have
your
some.
own
Hey.
cartoon, your own theme song.
Let's trade gear.
Have something for me?
Alright, thanks, Sarah. Did Barrett leave the ship? Oh, I hope not. He was carrying some more of our resources.
here, it wouldn't hurt if we checked in at the lodge.
I just came from the lodge, and we actually have diplomatic, we have a diplomatic mission right now.
No bounty.
Commercial district, eh? Another thing I need to check out.
You are a visitor? You're entering Freestar sovereign territory, so show some respect in there.
Indeed.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference room. That means you.
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective. But you lead, and I'll follow.
It's good to be back at the embassy. Most times, entry to new acquaintances is seamless. But on occasion, you have officers who want to settle old grievances.
No, you're not gonna thank me? Oh well.
Terrormorphs, as in ordinary. All that security
Sounds like it was a real mess down at the spaceport.
Now, where would I find this listening device?
Who's there?
Who's that?
This area's off limits. Don't be stupid.
Okay, let's go. This isn't a playground.
Whoa, whoa, well, come along peacefully.
Good. And you can bet the UC is gonna hear about this.
Can we refrain from ending up spending our evenings in jail? We've got better things to do.
Not here to speak with Ambassador Radcliffe.
That woman is an absolute... Oh, sorry. Oh, what? You're the Vanguard captain, right? You know, I was about to board the Nat to the spaceport when the alarm triggered. Sounds like I got real lucky. And like I've got you to thank for things not being a lot uglier.
You did get lucky. It was a war zone down there.
Well, then you have my earnest thanks. But look, they said you were coming here on official business. The ambassador likes to handle all that personally, even if she does have trained diplomats here to help her. And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City, so you should probably go speak to her.
He acknowledges your talents, empathy, acuity, wisdom. I wouldn't do that if you worked for me.
What, you want me to work for you? Huh. Well, maybe, let's go somewhere to talk.
And to see more of this diplomatic mission, you'll have to tune in to the next episode of Starfield Interplanetary Diplomacy, starring yours truly, some guy you've never heard of, as Captain Victor Gabriel of the UC Vanguard. And apparently of the Diplomatic Corps now.